Congratulations for coming this far. I'm so excited for you. I do hope you managed to save Monsieur Fournier. He was a friend and a colleague of my papa, you know. Friendly fellow, a real bon garçon, but frail of mind. He puts up an impressive front, but it is all an act, I assure you. Please, go on. We are just getting started.
Justine is an expansion for Amnesia, The Dark Descent, which in my opinion is one of the scariest games of all time. Atmosphere. Being a considerably shorter experience, the game spends no time messing around and starts off near immobilized in a prison cell with the horrifying sound of the suitors outside. The whole game plays out with this strong feeling of dread and apprehension. You know you aren't meant to be where you are, and you know you can't defend yourself from what lies here onwards. Whilst the game isn't visually as dark as the main game, Justine's environments are the same dilapidated halls, just you don't require the lantern to progress through them. Due to the speed at which you move through the levels and the slow build and sanity effects just don't really have much hold in Justine. In a few moments you do get to slow down, there's always the creepy gothic architecture, strange statues, and what Amnesia game will be complete without a lab with a few medical sketches. It may not be as drawn out as Dark Descent, but what is there is more than enough on its own. One Harry Mason. Scares. They really outdid themselves with this. On top of that excellent atmosphere, they induce terror from the suitors, this game's equivalent of the grunts and brutes from Dark Descent. Their wheezing is unforgettable, but they also say disturbing lines of professed love, sheer hatred, and what seems like cannibalistic desire. These horrors chase you through the dark basements and waterlogged obstacle courses of Justine, but if they catch you, the game implements its best feature. The game just closes and pushes you back to the desktop. The first time I experienced this, I was floored, scared out of my wits. Hearing them try and break through doors and smash against barriers with that damned wheezing is truly frightening. Even in areas like the claustrophobic crawl space, where I know they couldn't get me, hearing that sound struck fear right into me. That's easily 2 Harry Masons. Sound design. Besides the obvious fantastic work they did on the suitors, the music has that primal thudding and chilling vibe just like in Dark Descent, but customized to bring a real sense of urgency. The sound effects are pretty good too. The sound of the suitor tearing into you, it sounds like fresh being ripped. It's horrible. That's 3 Harry Masons. Gore. There isn't much gore in Justine in comparison to the Dark Descent, but I'm not sure splattering blood around the place would have enhanced the experience either. I'm at a bit of a loss here, but I think what little was there sufficed. That's 4 Harry Masons.
Whoever you are, if you could help me, I would be much obliged. Help me! Please, help me!
Story. The story of Justine is one of trials, psychological testing and choosing who lives and who dies, and if you can even make it out of this gauntlet yourself. The main character, Justine, induces amnesia on herself and wakes up with a phonograph playing of recording of her own voice. From there on, the game is mostly about the experience. The story doesn't come across very well, and you don't get a lot of time to look up notes during the game. Whilst the story is in fact pretty interesting, a lot of it I had to look up online afterwards, making the final score 4 out of 5 Harry Masons. If I'm honest, this is one of the most terrifying experiences I've ever had playing a game. Again, I'd like to remind you the whole thing is down to my opinion in horror games, and if you don't share this opinion, then that's cool. I get it. I'd like to point out that whilst I nearly had a heart attack at the first game over, I did not scream like a banshee or run away from the computer, and I advise you don't either. There will be more horror reviews in the pipeline, and thanks for watching. Always go check out Bumps in the Middle of the Night. Peace.